Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tellor Dev Call. Today's February 10th, 2026. This week, we'll be working on an upgrade that it's coming up in a couple of weeks to mainnet. So this week, we'll be testing it locally. Then next week, it'll be in Palmito. And then the next week, it'll make its way into mainnet. It's mainly optimizations. And yeah, you maybe Akram, you can give us a little bit of a summary of what those optimizations are.
Optimizations are mostly to reduce storage, some of the items that we need, like the stake amounts and stuff like that, that get stored each time someone reports. So we're I guess, not doing it every single time. So that way that kind of reduces the storage, and also it's unnecessary since most of that doesn't really change that much. So we only update it when it needs to change, or the stake amounts change, or somebody delegates, and things like that. The other thing is to delete old stuff like micro reports that we don't need anymore, especially after anything older than 21 days, which is really what the dispute window is. Yeah, so some cleanup, less iterations, and less storage. So hopefully that could help over the long run.
Great. Well, thank you. Something to look forward to, guys. Yeah, Tim, what have you been up to?
I'm working on cleaning up the relayer, so in preparation for finally going to mainnet, everything being fully live, but cleaning up a lot of stuff that was taken different directions over time, and just kind of getting rid of a lot of stuff that's not even needed anymore. Yeah.
All right, Dan.
Yeah, I finally got Claude Code, beefed up my AI setup, and I'm reviewing some of what Akram was talking about. I guess some potential fixes, optimizations.
All right, thank you, Dan. Ryan.
Finishing up the Tellor poll repo use case. We're gonna have two repos, one for the library and then one for the sample use case. I want to try to have that buttoned up before we head out for Eth Denver, and also working on some minor tweaks on the feeds site and the block explorer.
All right, and then once that's done, I would love to see a blog, and obviously the documentation updated, just so that people know that they can use us in different ways. All right, and then Caleb and Spidey, you guys generally do all the testing in locally, DevNet, testnet, mainnet. So what are you guys up to this week? No, Spidey.
All of that, yep. We have been doing some very robust upgrade testing. We're getting a lot better at that. Other than that, I was thinking about working on a reporter liveness monitor. It would be a really simple one, and I already have the Python version. I just have to make it a bot of some kind. And then I'm setting up a virtual machine for doing more tutorial type stuff. I had to debug my own Linux stuff to be able to do virtual machines. But now that I have the virtual machines working, I should be able to work a lot more quickly on those.
For the reporter, so is that monitor just gonna tell you if the reporter is down, or what is that monitor doing?
So I don't know why I didn't think of it months ago, but the most important thing to watch for a reporter, this is for any reporters who might be listening, is just your liveness. It's like, how live is your reporter? If you're reporting every 2 seconds or every 4 seconds, like right on the dot, boom, 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 then everything's working correctly. And if you're not, then something is up. So it's actually I think we might even be able to eliminate some monitors if we do this, because if the reporter's not working, then other things that we're getting alerted for would cause that. Yeah.
Right.
But it's just going to check for every hour for the past hour, how many reports did every reporter do? And if any of the reporters are lagging in the number of reports that they did, then we need to check them.
Right.
Basically.
Then something might be wrong with them at some level of the stack.
Because there's like a theoretical maximum number of reports. So the closer we are to that, everything's working great. If we're really close to that.
All right. And whenever he has it, I'm sure we'll share with the community if you guys want to run it too. But yeah, maybe are you gonna make that part of like your?
I don't know what to do. My first thought was to throw it to the public Discord, like a Discord bot to the public Discord.
For sure. And then I don't know, maybe you could add it. I don't know if you could actually make that somewhat like a graph or something in one of your monitors, like websites.
Internal or external?
I mean, I feel like if that's depends, but we can first look at the numbers. We can first look at it, and then we can figure it out. But otherwise, you can always run it for your own reporters. We'll make it open source, obviously, like we have everything else. Yeah. All right, Caleb.
Outside of just testing things, I am working on simplifying and kind of redoing the price feed side of the daemon. We're currently using like two separate things, which if you're a reporter, you might have noticed. We have the market params config file, and then we have a custom query config file. I'm going to try to unite those into one, while also taking advantage of some of the sources being batchable. So for like the paid ones like CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, moving forward after this, you can request all of your price updates every, like, let's say 15 or 30 seconds instead of having to do every single one. So we're gonna be trying to cut down on some of our API usage while still being robust and not just settling for less sources.
Right, and not being too laggy. So that length, you have to, as a reporter, you do have to be careful that you don't end up being the one outlier in the set. So yeah, that's why this is hard. This is a really hard thing to do.
And I'm hoping, so the design is going to be for the ones that are batchable, there will be like a liveness every so often updated, and it will be like kept in a cache. But then for ones that aren't batchable, they'll still be called on demand. So for like, let's say if you have a source with 4 batchable ones and 1 or 2 non-batchable ones, you at least have the real time, like the second somebody needs data, I'm querying the API to kind of compare against the other ones as well, which I thought would make it a little bit more robust.
I'm so excited about it. I wanted to interrupt. It's good if you have a cached value in your median and then an on-demand value in your median, and they're more than 10% different, you won't report, which I think it's a good thing if you have it set that way.
Right. You can play with those parameters, right?
Yeah.
All right. And also next week we'll be at Eth Denver. So if you guys are out there, ping us. Last week I was in London for the Digital Asset Forum, and it was really great. There's a lot of talk, a lot of optimism around institutional investment coming or already being and staying in the ecosystem. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about regulatory clarity and the differences between Europe and the US, and everybody really wants a piece of that pie. But at least for us, what's interesting is that the more investment that comes just into the ecosystem, the more it pushes the whole ecosystem to be better and to be safer. I think when we get into trouble is when a lot of money comes in and then somebody gets hacked, and then politicians and regulators decide that they want to over-regulate the entire ecosystem before it even gets a chance to mature. But from what I hear, everybody seems really optimistic, and everybody's really, really happy, at least for about the progress that we've made, just in general as an industry. And so I don't know, it was a good conference. It's very different than what Eth Denver will be. Eth Denver is going to be builders and founders, and it's a very different field than when institutions are talking about just sort of injecting capital into the system. So it's very different frames of mind, because there's a lot of ideology behind crypto, and then there's just like, I want to make money right now and safely from the institutions. And then at some point we do merge. So it's always interesting to be in both sides of, or both different types of conferences. But yeah, so if you guys are out in Denver, ping us. A lot of the team will be out there, and we'll be going to a lot of different activities, and there's always a lot of side events, so we'll be around. And I think that's it, unless we have any questions. All right, so no more announcements. See you guys next week.